Today for the series, the following: Kevin Bacon and star of Secrets and Lies, Juliette Lewis. Plus, Chef Daniel Boulou helps us kick off Live's Healthy, Hearty Cooking Week. Also, get ready to play the new game in town, Spin into Spring Travel Trivia. All next on Live. Now, here are Kelly Ripa and Michael Strahan.
Monday, March 2nd, 2015. How'd y'all like the surprise snowstorm of yesterday? Did anybody else know that was about to happen? Or am I the only person that apparently turns off the weather report on the weekend? Like, I'm so tired of Weather-mageddon, which is the constant 24-hour leading news story, which is the weather, that I don't listen to it anymore. So it was quite a surprise to me that we had a blizzard in the middle of the day.
Yeah, it was, and then when it started, I was like, oh, it's a little snow. But it was like it looked like several inches, wasn't it? Pretty good.
We went to Long Island City yesterday because it was my son's, Joaquin's, birthday party. And so we went into, it's this great laser tag place they have out there, and they are like, it's the most amazing. The kids had so much fun. You've never seen kids that just like, they're so funny because initially they think that it's going to hurt or something's going to hit them, and you're like, no, it's just like when you get hit, your vest lights up. That's it.
Yeah, it's not a paintball.
It's not a paintball. So once they figure that out, they're murderous. They just go on a rampage, a shooting rampage. Anyway, so we went in for the party, and we came out, and there were 4 inches of snow on the ground. I could not believe it.
Yeah.
It was like, what happened here?
Yep. See, I went into Bagatelle yesterday for brunch, and then I came out with 4 inches. I thought I drank too much. I was like, wow.
But you were like in a place with windows. Like we were in a dark...
you couldn't see outside. You didn't know you even felt like you were in Saint-Tropez in the club or something.
Yeah.
Because the lights are flashing, they got the music, and they bring out some guy who's playing Superman, and people are holding him up, and he's carrying bottles of champagne to tables. It was insane.
What brunch was this?
I'll take you.
I mean...
Oh, I gotta take you. You and Mark, we'd have a great time in there.
No, that sounds like a brunch. That brunch needs to happen for us at like 10 o'clock at night on a Saturday.
Yeah. Well, the great thing is, you're out of there by 5 o'clock. And you're like...
Wait, what time do you get there?
Get there about 12:30, 1 o'clock. Get 3 hours with the party and in on a Sunday morning, you know, Sunday midday. Then I have enough time to recover and come here on Monday morning.
Oh, my God. Did you start binge watching House of Cards?
Not yet.
Oh my gosh, I did. You know what? I was so dirty. I was so piggish. So we, you try to get these kids to go home after the party. They're like, can so and so hang out and play? And you're like, yeah, sure. So what time's your mom coming? I got House of Cards I need to watch. So we cut ourselves off at 5 episodes because we didn't want to be dirty pigs. Yeah. And I needed something to look forward to, right? So, but it's so hard.
That's the hard thing about it. The whole season is right there.
It's so
hard. And you
hard.
just want to get it over with and just watch because it's so good.
Kevin Spacey is so good, and Robin Wright, God, I love them so much.
All you got to do is think about it like this. Once it's over, you're done. You have to wait for the whole next season. That's a long time.
I know.
So I'm putting it off.
No, I'm very dirty right now. I'm dirty, ashamed of myself. 5 episodes, dirty, piggish.
But I did catch up on Scandal. I had missed Scandal for like 4 or 5 episodes. I'm caught up on Scandal now. Olivia Pope is back. So I'm good, because I was a little worried. I thought they were going to kill her off. But then there's no show, so I'm not that stupid. But yeah, I'm caught up on Scandal. House of Cards is next. That's my next thing.
Oh my God, dirty. You're gonna get dirty. I'm telling you, it's like once you start, you get sucked into the House of Cards vortex. There's no turning it off. He looked at me and he goes, episode 3, I go, we're only watching 3 and that's it. We're done. We're done. We're gonna spread this out. We're not gonna be pigs like last season. Episode 3, he goes, you want one more? I go, okay, Daddy, give me one more. You want one more? Yeah, baby, one more, one more. And then I was like, no, stop it, stop, stop, don't, stop. It's like, it goes from don't stop to don't stop.
Are we still talking about House of Cards?
I'm not sure. I don't think so. There was sad news over the weekend. There was really sad news over the weekend. Leonard Nimoy passed away, 83 years old. Mr. Spock, of course, so famous for that role, Mr. Spock. And it's so funny. I remember, this popped into my head because I remember going to my grandfather's funeral, and I had never been to a funeral before, and it was, you know, devastating. Yeah. Very, very devastating, very sad. When you see your parents cry for the first time, you don't know what to make of it. Mm-hmm. And Leonard Nimoy was on the TV. They put on the TV for us, the kids, because I guess they had like a not a party, but they had some refreshments afterwards, and we didn't know what to do, so they put on the TV.
Like a reception now.
Yeah, and he had that other show. Remember that show that he did where he talked about like strange phenomenon?
Oh yeah.
Like in the. What was it called? In Search Of. In Search Of. And we watched In Search Of. And when he passed, when I read that he had passed away, I got sucked back in time. It was weird. I went back in time, and I was 9 years old again at my grandfather's funeral. Like, and so, I don't know. It was just one of those weird things where you forget about something for so long, right? For so long. Yeah. 30 some odd years this has been out of my head, and now I'm back in time as a little kid. And anyway, so they have some lessons in the newspaper that Spock has taught us, right? These are words of wisdom from Spock that you think, no, Shakespeare must have said that. No, it was Spock. Okay, live long and prosper. That is all Spock. But and I go, no, that had to come from that's Spock.
There are certain people who come along, or certain roles, or certain people have such an impact that you'll never be forgotten. As you said, it would transform you back to when you were a kid. And I remember, like, Live Longer. I could never get that daggone Vulcan finger thing. It used to frustrate me. I had to sit there like this as a kid. So I'm mad at you. I still can't.
Well, you have strange fingers. Your fingers are...
I have normal fingers.
No. Oh, there you go. You don't have normal.
Only took me 43 years to figure it out, but I got it.
Your fingers are abnormal. Try to do it on that hand. I want to see that hand, because that hand does its own Vulcan thing in reverse.
Not enough time on the show.
Okay, so here's another words of wisdom for Spock. All these years, I thought Gelman said this. It's Spock, not Gelman. Insufficient facts always invite danger.
Ooh.
Gelman, you didn't tell me you were quoting Spock. Here's another one. The need of the many outweigh the needs of the few or one. Okay, nobody cares about Spock. I'm done. Nobody cares.
No, everybody cares about Spock. Leonard Nimoy was amazing.
Leonard Nimoy was amazing.
And condolences to his family.
Yeah.
I mean, what an impact he had on everybody. And also, another thing that had a big impact is The Sound of Music. Today is the 50th anniversary of the musical, The Sound of Music.
Is that true?
50th anniversary of the film. Yep.
That
Julie
can't
Andrews.
be true.
And, you know, Lady Gaga sang at the Oscars. That was like leading up to today, which is the actual anniversary of it. And you know what the production budget of The Sound of Music was back in 1965? Because now you can't make a movie without $200 million.
Well, no, Jason Blum does all the time. Blumhouse. They make those movies for like $30,000.
$30,000?
And then they earn like $500 million.
Was he shooting it on a video phone?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Camera phone?
Yeah, no, it's crazy. It's crazy. That's what they do.
Well, in 1965, The Sound of Music, this elaborate movie film, only cost $8.2 million.
Yeah, but back then that was breaking the budget.
Well, the domestic adjusted gross of that movie is #3 all time, is at $1.2 billion.
Right.
So I would invest. I would invest in that. $8.2 million to come out $1.5 billion. The movie won 5 Oscars as well, including Best Picture and Best Director.
Did she win Best Actress or no?
I don't know if she won. I don't know if she won Best Actress, but I will tell you, I thought she looked incredible at the Oscars.
Oh, she's an incredible lady.
Yeah.
You know, when you see her, you immediately feel better. She came backstage and we were interviewing her, and we were sort of in this red room. We were curtained off, so there's a curtain around us, and it's all red. And we started calling it our 50 Shades of Grey room. And I said something like, "This is our 50 Shades of Grey room, but don't worry, we won't spank you." And she's like, "Oh, that's a shame." I was like, or we could. Whatever you want, Julie.
But I love when you say that with an accent.
Well, I mean, you know, everything she says sounds so regal. You know, she just sounds better than everybody else when she talks. Hey, here's good news from the Academy Awards.
What is it?
Lupita Nyong'o's dress has been returned.
Oh, yeah.
The stolen pearl dress.
I mean, I'll be honest with you, I was losing sleep over that.
I know you were. The stolen pearl dress. It turns out that the thief figured out that the pearls weren't real. The pearls weren't real. So I guess they returned the dress once they figured out the pearls weren't real. Which is thoughtful of them.
Hold on, what do you do? Return the dress with a note talking about, man, why you gonna do that to me? I mean, like, why even? I don't get it. If you're gonna steal it and risk getting caught stealing it, then you're gonna get caught at the risk of taking it back and getting caught taking it back.
Right.
And then you're gonna have the nerve to complain it's not real.
Yeah. They said that a guy, so we know it's a guy, called them at 2:30 p.m. Friday and said he had taken the dress from Lupita's hotel room after he noticed the door was ajar. So make sure you, Hollywood movie stars, close your doors. And the anonymous caller said that after stealing the gown, he and other thieves removed several of the pearls from the dress, had them appraised by jewelry experts who determined the pearls were fake.
Good.
Nobody cares about that. Okay.
They said they threw it over the balcony. That's how they got it out of the building.
They threw it over the balcony.
Yeah, so he didn't have to walk out.
He didn't have to walk out with it. He threw it over the balcony.
Right, because that's a heavy dress.
Apparently, she was not on a too high of a floor.
Yeah.
Because it shattered some of the pearls. And now, there's this town, you can recreate your own Sound of Music act here. Thinking about this.
Okay.
A mayor in Hungary, he's renting out the entire town. There you go. Bam. Joaquin's next laser tag birthday.
Party.
Yeah. The next laser tag birthday is in the town of Magyar.
Yes.
You get 4 streets with 6 horses.
Okay.
3 sheep, 2 cows, a chicken yard. Ooh, you get a bus stop and a barn.
And a barn?
Yeah.
Well, if it's
the bus stop seems out of place when you throw all the other stuff in there. Seems like you're going back. Guess how much it costs to rent out this town for the entire day?
How much?
$558.92.
You know what? You know what? My business that I'm starting, Kelly's Weddings on a Budget, that's a good place to have your wedding on a budget. I am. I'm going to be a wedding planner.
Really?
Yes, because I like to plan events on a budget.
And you got a lot of free time to do that.
Yeah. So that's a great place. That's a destination, country, bespoke, farm town wedding. Yeah, why not? Yeah, there are people out there that love nature. They love being out on the farm.
We could do the show there.
We could totally do the show. Gelman, that's a budget.
That's our iPhone.
I called dibs on one of the horses so I can get around.
Who's the NASCAR driver we just had on that owns his own?
Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Yeah, he has his own Western Town. That's another place I want to rent out for Kelly's Weddings on a Budget.
Yeah, because he has a working chapel, he has a working saloon, he has a working hotel.
He has a working like haunted saloon. Like doesn't just have a Wild West town. He also has like haunted parts of the Wild West town, which is fun for all you ghost lovers out there.
But this is something you can rent an entire town for half of what it costs to rent a room here at a hotel in this city.
That's right. It's like one hotel night.
I mean, granted, you got to be hungry, but still.
Trivia wheel. You should add this to the trivia wheel.
Why don't we do? Heck, I'll pay for this trip for somebody out of my pocket.
Good for you.
Check it out, please.
Is it per day?
It may not be as luxurious as
Is
our
it per
place.
day or is it
That's per day.
per day?
$560 a day, basically. Well, how did you get $558.92? Just round it up. $560 a day.
Probably the conversion, the euro conversion. Yeah.
Okay, still round it up. $560. But that's something else. So if you really start this business, that's great. I'm going to refer you to some people to you.
That's it. You know what? I can put together a wedding on a budget.
I don't doubt you.
I'm telling you.
Your wedding costs how much?
$279, including airfare. And we are still married 19 years later.
But they say the less you spend on the wedding, the longer your marriage is. Remember that whole study we did?
That's right.
Spend a lot of money on that wedding. Financially, it puts you under some stress.
Because he knows. You go to him, you're like, who else are you going to marry for this kind of money? Please. Your next wedding is going to cost way more. You know? That's right.
You're right.
You think wife number 2 is going to settle for a $279 wedding? I don't think so.
Well, you know what, everybody? Today's a big day because we are starting a new trivia game today. What are you thinking?
I'm gonna make a psychic prediction here. We are going to throw out confetti. It's gonna be like spring-colored pastels, and then pastel-y balls will come and hit us on the face and the head.
Rain down
right, Gelman?
Flowery ones.
Oh, flowery ones, right? Because it's springtime.
Yes.
And then there's gonna be a guy with a shirt with a happy face dancing.
Right.
Okay.
And then a wheel. You don't have to respond to him forcing you to applaud. And when the wheel comes down and I spin it, I bet flowers and all sorts of crap pop up on the wheel.
It sounds like you've been watching the show.
I swear, Gelman, this all sounds so familiar to me. It's like the winter one, only with flowers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But the one thing that will not be familiar is that we have some great new prizes, trips we're giving out, which is, people should get excited about that. Really nice trip. But let's get it started with our new spring, or spin into spring travel trivia.
Now, here's a guy from practically my neighboring hometown, from West Berlin, New Jersey, John Beliski.
Hey, John, you had the women going bananas.
Not bad for a landscaper.
Not bad at all.
It's the shovels and the picks that keep me in shape.
The girl's like, ooh, shovel me, John, shovel me. All right, let's say hello to Lloyd Phelan from Fair Oak, California. Hello, Lloyd.
Hi. My goodness, you've got a party going on there, don't you? Hi, Kelly.
Hey.
Hi, Lloyd. What's going on?
Michael.
Hey, Lloyd, how are you?
Good. How are you?
We're great.
Sounds
We're
like
great.
you're having a party there.
We are.
No, Lloyd, just trivia.
Trivia. Well, that's a party.
Now, Lloyd, what are you doing out there today in California?
Well, we're going to drive out to Whitney Oaks and look at our new house being built.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
How swanky. Let me ask you a question, Lloyd, because people keep asking Mark and me this question. Do you and your husband have separate bathrooms?
Yes.
It's great.
I must be
happy marriage.
We
No,
don't
I
have
tell you.
separate bathrooms, and we've never had separate
I
bathrooms.
don't want to see his razor, and he doesn't want to see all my lipstick.
I use his razor.
That's why he wants
No, that's a no-no. If you want to be married for 60 years, no using his razor.
You know, Lloyd, you know what, Lloyd, I love it.
I'm using his razor and I don't care.
You know what the separate bathrooms do? It keeps you from becoming roommates.
No, we are
That's
roommates,
right.
though. We live together.
But I know you live together, but it's like certain things. Like when you go in the bathroom, shut the door.
I want left alone.
There are certain things I don't think women do. I don't want to see.
I don't want to see them, and I don't want to clean them.
We have no mystery. It's literally, we practically are, we are like the same person. We are, I mean, yeah, we are. We really are. No, not brother and sister. That would be so creepy, Gelman.
Gelman, only you would come up with that. That's disgusting. Well, Lloyd, you know what? We're going to spin the wheel, see what you're playing for, all right?
Here's a great prize for 8 days and 7 nights in a 6-bedroom, 7.5 bathroom. That's plenty of bathrooms for you and the mister to spread out in. Just right up your alley. You know what? Lloyd? You know what, Lloyd? Mark and I would still be in the same bathroom. The Casa Aventura Villa in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. Listen to this. It includes a private pool and jacuzzi, a full staff. Wow. Chef service twice daily. A chef comes and cooks for you. Are you kidding? Personal concierge, round-trip airfare, all courtesy of Luxury Retreats. It's a prize valued at $6,700. You have 20 seconds and only 1 minute. Gelman, bathrooms everywhere.
Great.
I mean, a 6-bedroom place, Lloyd, you can take more people.
That's right.
All right, here we go. Here we go. On Friday's show, we talked with Lana Parrilla.
Lana Parrilla.
Lana, yes. Whose former house did we say Lana rented for her bachelorette party?
Liberace.
You're going to Mexico.
Congratulations. You and a guest will enjoy 8 days and 7 nights at Casa Aventura in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. Be part of the lucky few who get to discover this luxury getaway in the heart of paradise. Featuring contemporary Mexican architecture and magnificent views of the azure ocean and lush hillsides. Your dream villa waits under the therapeutic Riviera sun. Your price is valued at approximately $6,700.
It's a nice place.
Wow. Gelman is joining you, Lloyd.
Yes, well, with that many bedrooms and baths, I can let him have one.
See that, Gelman? You're in. Lloyd's very generous. Now you get to help make the day of a lucky member of our studio audience who will receive a $500 gift certificate from Zappos. So please pick a number between 1 and 225.
Well, my oldest grandson is going to be 12 on March 7th, so he's...
Take it.
Nice to see you, man.
You know, you always look cool, but you look extra cool this time.
Do I? Why? I don't know what that is.
You look more rock and roll than even you normally do. You must be all this winter. You must love winter. Is that right?
I'm not, you know, I was with my my in-laws over the weekend who are octogenarians, I think that's what you say, and I was mentioning how it was the coldest winter in 80 years, and they were like, no, so we've seen worse.
Yeah,
and I realized that's true.
Yeah.
But you've been spending a lot of time in L.A.
Well, we have a little pad in L.A. that we finally got. But you know, we shoot the show here in New York, so we have been in the thick of it. The crew is really kind of heroic. You know, the way they when the single digits are out there and they're, you know, shooting away. I mean, I have somebody putting coats on me and stuff like that. Now, my wife, who is a lifelong New Yorker, has been shockingly spending a lot of time in L.A. And I'm kind of like, now, you're there, what? And she's like, oh, I have a meeting, like, in 2 weeks or something like that, you know. But I think she's getting over it. But she's coming back this week, so.
Well, it's so funny because we were just out in Hollywood last weekend, and it was so warm and sultry, and people kept apologizing to us because they were saying that it was cold. They were having like a cold snap, and it was 70.
I know.
And I thought, you guys don't know from a cold snap.
Yeah.
We know from a cold snap.
I just sent the crew a box of socks today.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I heard about these socks on Howard Stern, and I just bought like a bunch of them and shipped them out to the crew.
What did they do?
I don't know. They just, they're supposed to be warm. I don't know. They're supposed to be warm, warmer maybe. I don't know if they work. I haven't tried them yet.
Well, you're approaching 40 years here in New York City. Do you remember when you came here at 17? What do you remember from then?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, you know, my mom grew up in New York, and I was raised in Philly. And wow, a lot of Philly here. I love it.
They're from New Jersey, first of all.
Oh, yeah. I used to see my father on the street. What was he doing? Getting a hoagie and a Coke? Yeah, you know, it was great. My father was a city planner down in Philly, and when I would go back to Philadelphia, he was a bigger man on campus than I was, which was always very good for me, very humbling. People would say, you know, Mr. Bacon, and I'd turn around and they weren't looking at me. They were looking at my old man. But I moved here in 1976, and because my mom was born and raised here, and I think she, you know, kind of secretly was kind of telling me, you know, you got to get up there and, you know, follow your dream. And so I just had a little suitcase. I was 17. I got out of high school, and, you know, got on the train and just came and slept on my sister's white couch.
I mean, it so rarely works out.
Yeah. You're right. It does rarely work out, and I'm really, really grateful for that. And I guess maybe at the time I didn't even realize what a crapshoot it was to actually be.
Season 3. God, this show gives us nightmares at night. And I'm assuming it's got to give you nightmares.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're reading these scripts. It's like reading a terrifying book.
Yeah, I mean, but plus it's also like I have to be in a bad mood when I get to work, and I got to kind of stay in a bad mood all through work, and there's always somebody's trying to kill me, or I'm trying to kill somebody, or the clock is ticking. I know it's all fake blood, but there's a lot of blood around on the set. So, you know, I would love to be the guy that can just turn the tap on and off, but it definitely has an effect. But mostly in my dreams, and you know, it's never like specific things from the show, but they tend to be kind of dark while I'm shooting.
So you have dark dreams in real life while you're shooting the show?
Oh, yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah, and this season, actually, my character has a lot of really weird dreams, and it's actually one of the really fun sort of offshoots of what's going on with this guy is that we talk.
There is nobody cooler than you.
That
I say it
truth.
every time you walk out.
Hey, thank you. I will accept that.
But you look, the leather pants.
I love it.
You know?
I will be. You're wearing those pants, girl.
Thank you.
You're wearing those pants.
Hey, that's nice.
So you're always reinventing yourself. I mean, it's like when I see you, I constantly feel like I'm looking at another person, you know, from your days in the movie Cape Fear, where I was convinced you were 13 years old.
She's a little ingenue.
Yeah, but you were a grown-up.
Yeah. I was of legal age.
Yeah.
And they put a retainer on me, so I was 15. But yeah, this is, I love characters. I love people from all walks of life. And then Detective Cornell, this role is probably the most extremely opposite of my nature.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't mind making people feel uncomfortable. That's so not like me.
Right,
you know,
right.
and just, I spent time with homicide detectives, and I have the utmost respect for their work. It's just intense and amazing, and you have to have a kind of obsessive nature and be very focused and not be emotional, because otherwise you'd be a weeping wreck every day discovering bodies and who did it. But I don't know. I'm just rambling.
It's so counter to what you do, though, because as an actor, it's all emotion and it's all like being able to portray emotion. And so suddenly you're playing somebody that's not supposed to have emotion.
Thank
it must
you.
be
See,
crazy.
look at this. She finished what I was saying. Because in the show, all I do is ask him questions. But as a normal person, you'd go, hey, where were you last night? Did you forget? How'd you get home in the cab? Or you'd be like that. But she has to ask it in sort of this weird, strange way that's accusatory, but not. She sort of wants, it's a detective tactic to see if he'll dig himself a hole and what he's not revealing.
Sounds like being in a relationship.
Every time he talks about something like it. Ryan was here earlier last week, and he told us that you drove the wardrobe people crazy. Why? You don't seem to drive anybody crazy.
No, me drive people crazy? Are you kidding? I just eat a lot, and you know, they almost were just gonna put a bib on me, and I was like, you guys,
do you slop?
No,
slop
I didn't think so. I just, if you're moving around, even if you're drinking coffee, one little thing. I'm wearing these crisp white shirts.
They're so crisp. Everything about you is crisp in the show.
Yeah, I felt like I was in an emotional straitjacket and clothes-wise.
Yeah,
works.
And I like I told you I called it like the power bun.
Yeah,
it's almost like a clip-on hair. Like it was like put on your head, like a hat, which I love.
I think it affects my demeanor and thinking because the bun's like,
it's so tight. Yeah,
like that.
Red beets, 2 onions, 2 fennel, couple of cloves of garlic, a little bit of fresh thyme like this. Very simple. Olive oil, a little bit on top.
There we go.
I'm watching this because I know if I did this, it wouldn't look this pretty.
There we go.
It's so simple.
How much salt? There's a pinch.
Voila.
Et voila.
A good pinch, 2. 2 pinch. Like this. No, don't squeeze it too hard. Make it nice. Voila. You put it in the oven, 45 minutes. At around 400 degrees, and during that you make the dressing.
Okay,
so we're also using, so it's kind of a salad, but it's also roasted baked vegetable. It's super healthy. So the dressing is made with yogurt, 0% yogurt. I have sumac. Sumac, I love sumac, Middle Eastern spice.
Sumac, is that like the poison that breaks you out? Like if you touch
Could
it
be,
in the woods?
yeah, in New Jersey, yes.
Yeah, in New Jersey, right.
But this one come actually from New Jersey, that sumac. Wonderful. A little bit of cumin inside. A little bit of olive oil. Somebody want to stir?
Yeah.
And I need you, Michael, to squeeze the lime. I heard you have big hands
big
here.
Hands.
So you heard right,
honey. I'm putting some honey inside.
Thank you. A little honey.
A little bit of chili flakes for the heat.
Try to get it. Some should go in here, Michael.
A little bit of lime zest to it. Yes, of course, for the flavor. A little bit of ginger as well.
Ginger, yeah.
Voila. Salt.
A little salt, okay.
And now I have kale, beautiful kale. We have been shredded.
Now we're gonna have to take a little break, so we're gonna add that to the kale,
and
we'll finish when we come back and wait until you see how beautiful the baked vegetables look. So stay right there.